Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about Darren's whiskey journey. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Jason Bronner, Tim Swyatt, and Darren McElroy.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello. So yes, we're going to be talking about Darren and his whiskey journey. We'll get to that after the break, though. For right now, Darren said there's something totally different he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but not really. So Disney D24 just happened, and that's where Disney announces everything that they do for the next couple of years. And I've seen a lot of people online rather pissed off that they're taking all their favorite animated movies and turning them into live actions.
They're mad about it?
Yeah, they're real mad about it.
I saw they're coming out with Atlantis, and I thought that one looked cool.
Yeah. And Stitch.
Yeah.
More Stitch.
Yeah. More Stitch, yeah.
But I want to know if your favorite animated movie of all time got turned into a live action, would you be pissed off? And what that movie?
No.
Okay. Oh.
They're real. It's the end.
Bronner's going to do something, or he
That's enough.
That's a get it out of here. Yeah.
One of my favorite animated movies is Anastasia, and I think that would be a great one made into an actual live remake. So
there's some good throwback. That's a cult classic.
Yeah, that one would be so good. So I'm down with that one. Now Royce's favorite one is what's it called?
With Merlin in it?
No, with Thaddeus Toad.
Thaddeus Toad.
Mr. Toad and the
Mr. Toad
and the Wet Sprocket.
Yes, great band.
Mr. Toad.
Okay.
I'm not sure how good that would be as a live remake, but
Well, if anybody can make frogs talk, it'd be Disney.
Yeah, but Anastasia would be a good one, so I'd be down.
Okay.
No, I'm an adult. I don't watch that shit anymore.
Yeah.
At all, period. If they can get fish to talk, Finding Nemo would be it, because that's a good one. But I do like Atlantis. I thought would be pretty cool.
Atlantis,
that's a cult classic.
Exactly. You just got mad about it. Fuck off, Tim.
But
I'm not watching any of that stupid shit except for Atlantis.
Yeah.
No, Atlantis is the top one. That's Michael J. Fox. That's another cult classic that they lost. Lost track. It's a great movie and it's own animated. I do enjoy that one.
Did you see the preview for it?
No.
I saw like it looked like someone recorded a preview when they were at a movie watching previews, and it looked like they have all the characters like spot on from like the pictures that I saw. Like everyone in it was like that's like they look like their characters in the actual animated movie. So that fantastic. Love that. Wow. That's how it has to be. If you're gonna remake it, like
It has to be over.
We need to be able to
fantastic.
recognize the characters that you're remaking them into live people for.
Yeah.
I got
I think I'm against it. Yeah. Yeah. What about
they-
you, Bronner? You are too?
Can they do cars? Maybe have a bunch of. It could be like
Cars
Kid.
was cool.
It could be like
Yeah,
Kid.
Cars could work as a live
And
action.
you
That'd
could
be
get the Dukes of Hazzard car,
Mhm.
Speed Racer. I don't know. You get all these cool cars like
Ghostbuster car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the
Ghostbuster.
damn, I can't even think of it. What about Herbie the Love Bug? You know, something like
Yeah.
that.
Herbie the Love Bug. Sure.
Herbie,
Love was already a live action.
yeah, that's already live action.
That's what I'm talking about. You take, it's just a bunch of
Christine,
cars.
that one
running
too.
around. I don't know.
Yeah. Car 54.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds. If you go
Dragnet.
through there,
Yeah. Okay. Nah, I don't think they need to make any new ones into live action. I think it's disappointing, right? My favorite cartoon of all time is Scooby Doo. If you have to go, I'm not really into cartoons, but that would have been a favorite. They made it into live action, and it sucks compared to the cartoon itself. The cartoon itself is awesome.
I mean, a lot of live actions do suck, but on occasion, like Mulan sucked because they didn't have what's his name on it.
oh wait,
The
Dick
little
Zinnia?
Dragon.
the dragon, like that
Dick
sucks.
Zinnia wasn't in that one.
Like the new, the new Mulan would have been good had they done that. And like a lot of them do suck, but like I feel like we're still just gonna keep on giving them chances to do it.
You just keep giving them
I'm gonna
more
throw
swings. Yeah.
one in there.
If they can hit Atlantis out of the park, then I'll be happy.
Okay.
Atlantis is a fantastic movie.
I'm going to throw one in there that's going to tell my age. But what about Captain Caveman?
Oh,
Caveman.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Maybe that one would work. Captain
Smashing shit with his
Caveman.
stick.
Yeah.
The club.
Yeah, he's got that big club. Just starts smashing shit.
Bronner and I are the only two here. We grew up in the era where Saturday morning cartoons were it. And I mean full-blown Saturday morning cartoons.
That's what I watched on Saturday mornings.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't watch
watched them.
Saturday morning cartoons.
When
Watch like Care
Jason
Bears and shit.
when Jason and I were kids, it's totally different. So Jason and I, first of all, we don't have cable or anything like that.
I didn't have cable.
We just have the networks and
All I had.
ABC, NBC, CBS, all original content being created all morning. Like, so from, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock a.m., all three networks creating brand new cartoons. That didn't happen in beyond the 80s, maybe mid 80s.
That's literally every single Saturday morning I woke up to watch Saturday morning cartoons, and all we had.
Which were Jason and I's cartoons. They weren't new.
So that's still all I watched as well. So I watched the same shit as you.
I watched like Danny Phantom and stuff. They had
That does not count, Darren.
That doesn't count.
Neither does
doesn't
Ben
count.
10 either, Darren, and you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that doesn't count. My old stuff. I didn't have. I only had PBS, CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox. Those are the only channels I had till I was 20.
What about Got It? Bad Albert. Hell yes.
Well, they've done that live action. All right?
Hey, have they?
Yes, they've already done that. It was terrible.
What was, wasn't Eddie Murphy? Didn't Eddie Murphy star as Fat Albert?
I know. I thought it was the guy who's been on like Saturday Night Live forever. That guy. I think he was fat.
Oh, it could be. Oh, you're right.
Really?
I forget his name. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys wouldn't watch a live action Jetsons?
No,
Fucking love
because
it.
Nah, ruin it.
The cartoon was great. They
Cartoon
don't
was,
need the
cartoon
live
was, you can't mess with perfection.
Right. Yeah. It would be lost on me.
Did you guys watch the live action Flintstones? That fucking movie's great.
Awful.
Was it?
Oh, come on. It's like 94 minutes of just pure.
That's what
It's so
cartoons are about.
funny how bad it is.
Well, okay. If you're laughing at it, not with it, yeah.
It's
maybe.
no, but it is fun. Like it's meant to be stupid because it's the fucking Flintstones.
All right. I like John Goodman, but man.
Watch it. Have you seen it, Steve?
I've seen it, but
remember.
it's been a long time ago.
I've watched it recently, like in the past year, and I was laughing the whole time because it is
Really?
actually funny. Because
How drunk were you?
I wasn't drunk. It was just hilarious. We just turned it on, and it was just like it was actually pretty funny to watch because like some of the humor in it I never caught on to when I was younger, and then now I'm like, oh, that's actually way funnier than what I remember it being.
It's like watching Shrek. Same thing.
Yeah.
The amount of undercover jokes in there for parents.
There's
Just
so
as
many
much
of
for
them on
kids.
there, and it's
Shrek
like, and
is
also
great.
Halle Berry's in it, and she's hot as shit in that.
Sure. She's
In
hot as shit in
anything,
everything.
actually.
She's still
Yeah,
hot today.
swordfish hot.
How is she in that though? Like, what the fuck? And then, what's her? Elizabeth Taylor is in it. Like the most
that's pretty
random thing
awesome.
ever. She's the mom.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
It's
thing.
funny. Rewatch it.
Rewatch
It's
it.
only 94 minutes.
94 minutes. You can get through 94 minutes. So
Yeah.
there you go. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Beka.
I've got another twist top. Another old
Fireball.
one. Old Charter.
Old Charter. Okay. Hopefully that's vintage. I don't know.
I have no idea when it's from or anything.
It looks pretty vintage.
Yeah, it looks vintage. It has a vintage look.
Yeah.
I've got Barrel Seagrass. Barrel Seagrass. Haven't had this for a while. Von Nieder's reminded me.
That's probably from the 80s.
80s. Hammer time.
Oh, good one.
Well, I think that could be enough to win this thing. We'll see. Last show pour. Look at this, folks. Look at that.
Wow.
Ooh.
Whoa, Steve!
All right. What do you got there, Jason?
I'm really not sure, but I found this on my counter.
Oh
It looks like a
god.
jar of piss.
Beck's going to be like, where's that cleaner I've got? Yeah. It's a mason jar. Something random. Well,
Where's that sun iced tea I was making?
right. Yeah.
That little sun tea that's on the back porch.
All right. Well, what do we got there, Swyatt?
We got a bottle of rye 3. This is the rye whiskey finished in rum casks.
Okay. We heard
What is
it
that,
this
Jason?
time. We heard it.
Yeah, it was Jason's cork pop in the mason jar.
Yeah. Jason doesn't seem like he's loving it. So, yeah.
What is it?
Smells really sweet.
Okay. All right.
It's just iced tea.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
No, we don't carry iced tea in this house. So
Okay. All right. That's a good thing. All right. What do you got there, Darren?
So in a show, we're talking about my bourbon journey. I smartly decided to drink some Barbados rum from Foursquare Distillery.
Unbelievable.
God.
Oh, no. Not enough.
I
Not enough.
talked over it, Darren. You got jobbed again.
You got jobbed. I win. I win. Cheers to me, gang.
Cheers.
have I ever won a pop? I don't think so.
No, I
Ever?
don't think so. I don't
Did you
think
ever
so.
get a T-shirt? That'll
don't
tell you
think
the answer.
No, he doesn't have the T-shirt. Oh, it's bad, huh? He won't be finishing that, so there you go. All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk to Darren about his bourbon journey. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. All right, on that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with our in-house billionaire here, Ryan Thompson. Ryan, what do you got there, man?
Oh, boy. Well, might as well come out of the gate with a little Leopold's Dickel 3-chamber.
Oh, nice.
Oh, lovely one tonight here. Sunday evening, might as well.
Okay.
Audible.
By the way, Brian, that was your best cork pop ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Usually we don't hear anything from you. That was decent.
We need to rest. Quite silent.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That could win this thing. Ryan has the lead.
Wow, that's something. This is something.
Yeah. All right, Tim, you're next.
All right, I'm going to go with a Boxing Bear as well. This is Boxing Bear. So it's the reading chair. I think it's
that's
second, number 2.
Yeah, I think that's number 2. Yeah, because it's
number 2.
First. Yeah.
Channeling the legend as well on here with my FALS wristband. Slide on the set.
Wow. Tim, did you go yet? Is that
Listen to Ryan. Right? Fucking Trent. Here's his first ever audible cork pop.
There was nothing on my side as well. So, Ryan,
yes. So what was better, Ryan's cork pop or his trash talk on his first ever audible cork pop? This is Steve Akeley, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily on the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Darren's bourbon journey.
Yes, we are. So, Darren, tell us about the bourbon journey. How did it get started? What was the seminal moment in this thing?
When I started my bourbon journey?
Yeah.
COVID happened and I was stuck at home and I wanted something new to drink, and so I got real deep. I had always kind of liked whiskey, but I was like, well, let's get into whiskey and learn a lot about it. And so that's where it started. So we're about a year and a half from the time I first stepped into a distillery.
Okay.
Which was actually on a barrel pick with the shop. So
yeah.
Not that would start.
No, that's 2 years and a half. My math's good.
Okay. 2 years and a half.
Yeah, about
2 years and a half.
2.5 years.
It's a weird way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years and a half. 2.5
years and a half. 2 years and a half. Yeah.
What was the first bourbon that you had that made you realize that you liked bourbon?
Yellowstone 93.
Okay.
What was the first bourbon you ever had?
The cheapest bottle of Evan Williams I could find. So why I started with so I bought 2 things. We were going out to Yellowstone. We were skipping a couple weeks of class, and we were gonna camp and drink on our way out to Yellowstone and have fun in Yellowstone. We did this several times, but I was like, you know what? I want a whiskey to drink by the campfire because that seemed right in my head. And so I was like, oh, let's go into the store. And so I saw a bottle of Yellowstone 93. I was like, well, that's perfect. That's where we're heading. And then right next to it was a bottle of Buffalo Trace. I was like, we're going to see Buffalo. Perfect. So I actually got both of those. But the Yellowstone 93 became my sipping whiskey for a long time because that was a lot better than the other stuff I had had.
Right.
And so you were 21 at this point?
Yes.
Was that the first time you had any kind of whiskey ever?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh.
You don't have to lie here. We're not the cops.
Yeah. Right. No, I was not 21.
His parents listen. He'll get grounded. That'd be great.
Stop his rent payment.
I was very confident and lived in a college town where you could walk into liquor stores and they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you grow up in a household where they drink bourbon?
Nope.
Really?
So my parents never drank anything. I've seen my mom have 1 glass of wine in my lifetime.
Wow.
But me and both of my sisters,
so sad.
Yeah, all prefer bourbon. That's our go-to drink.
Okay.
1 glass of wine and bada bing, you got Darren. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how Darren had.
Probably why she didn't drink much of it.
1 glass of wine.
Who has been the coolest bourbon person that you have met to date?
Fred and Freddie. No, I think that's the top of my list. I think I didn't get to hang out with them like I've done some people, but meeting them, I was giddy the whole drive home. I was just giddy.
Yeah.
There was no other way of explaining it. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's not bad. What's the coolest thing you've done in bourbon?
one of the barrel picks, probably it's between the Jack Daniels barrel pick that we just did for the ride at the shop. That was a cool day. Or a sleeper one. The day we spent out at Wallersheim Distillery, which was my first barrel pick working for the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's always going to have a special place in my heart because that was cool.
Right. So the Wallersheim was the one you did first on that trip?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a
and
cool
then we went
place.
to Dancing Goat after that. So
Yeah.
Darren, where do you see yourself in 5 years on your bourbon journey? Where do you want this to take you?
I honestly hope that bourbon never has to leave my life. I love working at the shop. I love all of this, talking to people about bourbon. That is what I really look forward to every day.
Whether it's court ordered or not, it's different.
Yeah.
Right.
But I definitely want to go visit more distilleries. I have not done every one in Kentucky yet. I have this thing.
That's
I've gone to
tough.
Kentucky several times, and I just want to keep going to the ones I like a lot.
Right.
Like I want to go to Buzzard's Roost and Neely every time I go to Kentucky, and then all of a sudden you're out of time. You're like, oh, damn, I didn't get to Heaven Hill or any of the big ones that are interesting and have great whiskey. I just haven't given them the time of day. So my goal is for every one new distillery I go to, I can go to an old one. That's how I'm going to start working things. I was thinking about this the other night. So
That's fair.
You got a plan.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up with Kentucky. Royce sent me a message the other day. It's like, do you know this distillery? And I was like, no. Do you? No. And it's like, they got like 8,000 barrels laid down already. It's like,
Okay.
what? How do we not, how do they fly under the radar? How is this possible? Yeah. So, yeah.
What is your favorite cheap pour of whiskey?
Wild Turkey 101.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Wild Turkey 101 or Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
And this does not mean this is your favorite, but what is the most expensive bourbon that you've had, like a glass of, or a shot of, or a
taste? It was probably, and this is just off the guess, the pre-prohibition Stitzelweller at was lucky enough to have some a day at Neely's.
Okay.
And that is probably the most expensive thing I have.
Greg Cloyd happened to be there.
Yeah.
So that's how you hang out with Greg Cloyd, stuff's going to happen.
Just happens.
What's the best bourbon bar in the world?
Bourbon's Bistro.
There you go. You got the answer right. You got it right.
All right.
Best restaurant in Louisville, Bourbon's Bistro.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? You think, well, they only got to come with one thing. So just make the great bourbon and the atmosphere, and then that's all you need. No, Louisville's a foodie town, which is incredible to think about. And then to have Bourbon's Bistro might be the best meal that you eat in Louisville. That's saying something, man. That's a special
Pork
place.
chop is so doggone good.
Oh, I love it.
We send a lot of people down there, and I go, okay, now write this down. I have people write down the distillery because they're going to Louisville, and I go, now I know this will sound weird, but the pork chop is out of this world.
Right? The pork chop is freaking insane. Yeah.
And they always look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I know that sounds weird. I'm like, but it's a fucking great pork chop.
Would you recommend the pork chop at any other restaurant?
No.
No, me either. No.
I cooked a pork chop at home the other day. I'm like, damn, that just doesn't taste like Jason's.
I know.
Why am I eating this?
I like that pork chop at Bistro. Yeah.
I would add on the shrimp and grits too as well.
Shrimp and grits. I mean, anything there is good.
Bistro
Even the
burger.
Even the burger's incredible.
I haven't gotten the burger
fries,
yet. I've gotten the
and
shrimp and grits.
101.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, shrimp and grits is amazing. Like I said, but that burger's solid. How it doesn't win best burger in Louisville, I don't know. I got to taste the one that's winning, whatever's winning.
I think you gotta enter that thing. We don't enter. I don't know. It helps to play.
Jason's fault.
Helps
Running
play.
out of wall space for all those awards.
That's true. He's like, no, thank you. We have enough awards. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Darren, you said that meeting Fred and Freddie were really cool. What is that the coolest thing of your bourbon career, or is there one thing that sticks out? It's like drinking the pre-pro Weller, or
that day was definitely up there because that was also the first time I tried Old Crow Chessman. And
where was my invite?
Right.
I happened to be invited. I just met a guy at a Dusty Bar the night before, and he's like, "Hey, we're going to do this." I was like, "Cool." I was going to go to Neely's anyway, but
we'll have to get Jason involved the next time that guy comes into town. Yeah,
for sure.
He's a cool dude.
Sounds like a big time.
Yeah. He does the most amazing things. So yeah. He's a big time collector of dusty whiskey. So yeah, and he likes brands like he likes Neely. He likes brands that give you that kind of old time whiskey taste. So that's what he focuses on. Yeah, and then so the new brands that do that kind of things that give him that old taste that he loves, but he doesn't like most whiskey that's being made today. But
like all the grain stripped out.
Right. Yeah. So. But yeah, the ones he likes, he really likes. So, and he's a big fan of Neely. I know that. So, which we all are. So, yeah, we get it. We know where he's coming from. So, yeah. I heard that Ian Somerhalder guy, and check me on this. This is the most amazing quote I've ever heard. I saw him being interviewed by Fred Minnick, and the quote, I just love this quote, man. I've never heard anybody say this, and maybe other people have said it, and he's stealing from them. I don't know, but I heard him say his dad was a blue-collar guy, and he just, hardworking guy, and what was cool about him for bourbon was the fact that his dad is drinking the same bourbon that the CEO of the company that he worked for is drinking, and the most elite people in the world are drinking. He's like, if my dad would have been a wine guy, he'd have been drinking a very different wine than the CEO or the richest people in the world are drinking. Yeah. But when it comes to bourbon, you're drinking the same thing. And I got to thinking about that. I'm like, you know what? This group here, we drink the best whiskey in the world. There's nobody who drinks better bourbon than us, than this group that's right here. The five of us. We're drinking the best bourbon in the world. And it doesn't matter if you got Bill Gates money or anything. He's not drinking better bourbon than us. Right. We're drinking the best bourbon in the world. It doesn't matter.
It's the great equalizer. And when you talk about drinking Dusties, one of my favorites was an old Fitz from whatever it was, 54, 56, or 46 or whatever. And it had a Navy mess hall sticker on it.
Right.
So, the lowest guys in the Navy are drinking this stuff. When I think it's the best stuff in the world, and they're just drinking it as their daily drinker. So to me, it's kind of the great equalizer.
It is.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. It is. That is such a powerful statement. Hats off to that guy for thinking about it that way and saying that. And it's dead right. And again, the richest person in the world, all they got above us is maybe they can drink Eagle Double Rare every day of their life because they can afford a $25,000 bottle. We're drinking better whiskey, though. They might be drinking more expensive whiskey. We're drinking better whiskey. No one's drinking better whiskey than this group right here. It's crazy to think about.
So I have a question for everyone, just because I'm generally curious. Have you guys ever had a product that was age stated older than you?
Mm-hmm.
Older than you?
Yes.
Yeah. Older than you personally, not me.
Yes.
Than me personally, like right now or in at the time?
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have too. Yep. I had that bourbon that they sold at the museum in it was the old medley or whatever, something, I don't know, I can't remember who
tastes like wood chip. I had a little
taste. Yeah, it tastes like it was terrible. It was legit terrible, but it was older than me at the time when I drank it. It was horrific. It was horrific. Yes, it was.
Mine was a Scotch, so it wasn't a bourbon that was older than me, but I drank Scotch that was like 40 something years old.
Yeah,
and I'm not 40, so
just think about how many people that statement's not true for. Almost everyone here in the call that is true for, but most of the world has never even had anything close to their age at a time that they could drink, which I think is wild. I was thinking about that the other day as well.
There you go. You are the new Ian Somerhalder.
You got the hair. You see the man bun now.
Yeah.
I hate man buns.
I saw where Fred interviewed Yellow Wolf the other day.
Yeah.
I actually played golf with that dude. I didn't know who the hell he was.
Really?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I don't know who anybody is, but
Yeah.
And he had a bottle of his Stinking Creek or whatever it is.
Stinking Creek. That's the name of his brand. Stinking Creek. Yeah.
Can't think of a better name to save my life.
It is something like that.
You got to hang out with a lot of celebrities that you don't know who they are, which is amazing to think about. The filmmakers and stuff come into Jason's place and do book events and that. He's like, I hung out with them. I don't know who they are. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg. Have you guys ever heard of this guy?
Drank some whiskey and and we were gonna hang out later or something. I don't know what it was. We were in the clubhouse and I said, well, here, man, just call me later. Put your digits in my phone.
You put it on him.
Put it in there. I texted him. I said,
Briar's got some Riz. Wow.
we're hanging out.
Yeah.
But,
Broner's the real deal. So
I was gonna say, if you're just now learning this, Tim, you need to study up.
yeah. He's the real deal. So there you go. Well, there you go. There's a little bit of show about Darren's bourbon journey. It's coming along. It's obviously 25. He's got a long road ahead of him, but yeah, he's getting there. And the cool thing is, before any of us, I mean, I wish I would have started, on a bourbon path in terms of a career at age 25. That would have been cool. But yeah, I didn't start on a career path. I was a bourbon fan when I was 25. I was a bourbon fan when I was 10 years old. But yeah.
I was going to say, I was kind of on that alcohol path early.
Yeah. Jason and I had a very similar path where we were at that age where it's like making me a drink. And yeah, you'd be the bartender making, bourbon drinks and stuff like that.
One for you, two for me.
Right. And tasting all this stuff. I always tasted everything. I mean, yeah.
You can't serve someone something that you don't know what it tastes like.
My Aunt Donna's eggnog, I drank that, which was made with very boozy, very bourbony, and bourbon slushes in the summertime. The parents would go out in the pool. Well, the bourbon slushes are inside because they don't want it to melt. Okay.
So you were just chugging bourbon slushes and
me and my cousin Chris are in there drinking the bourbon slushes. Yeah, I mean, why not?
How old were you?
10, 9. Yeah. My whole life, I grew up around bourbon. I drank it my whole life. I wasn't, a bourbon drinker at age 9, but I would taste it. And I always liked it.
Would you get sloshed on slushies?
No.
Did you even know you got sloshed on slushies?
Maybe I did, and I didn't know. Maybe I was stumbling around, and my parents were like, "Oh, he's just being himself." And I was like,
He's just so clumsy.
He's so clumsy. He's a clumsy oaf. Yeah. There you go. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, where can people follow that bourbon journey at?
You can follow me on the Instagram account I never post on called The Bourbon Adventures.
Man, that's great to keep everybody up to date on that. That's nice.
Yeah. I have a bunch of pictures I should post sometime. Maybe I'll dump those this next week and just.
There you go. Sounds exciting.
Everything from the
We're
last
all waiting for that. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. Tim, how about you?
You could find me following Darren at _bourbon_adventures. For those folks that don't understand that there's underscores in his Instagram tag.
There's spaces, as well as there's supposed to be spaces, and when you type spaces, it works out that way.
But there's multiple bourbon adventures out there, my friend. Be serious.
Right.
Be specific.
It's not a unique name by any means.
Exactly. I'm at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at our flagship whiskey.
All right, Jason.
I am on Instagram as the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron, and we're on Buzzard Roost is on all the platforms, and so is Bourbon's Bistro.
I love you have to pause every time to think about it. It's awesome.
I know. It never flows, right? Yeah.
Too much information.
Never does. All right, Beka, how about you?
Steve's topping that glass off one more time over there.
It's seagrass. It's summertime and it's seagrass. Yes.
Wow, Steve. You can. Oh, wait. Are we? Where you can find me?
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, check out abvbarrelshop.com. We've got all of our coming events and things like that, our classes. You want to participate in those. It's got our address. Maybe you're just traveling through town. You want to know where we're at. That's out there. Of course, we also have a bunch of other information out there as well about who we are, business partners and stuff like that, our awards, PR things, abvbarrelshop.com. It has our current inventory in there as well. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing with us, you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See everyone.
See y'all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.